Welcome back, my friends, to Ultimate Skyrim Season 2. This is episode 30, if you can believe it. Thank you for joining me here today, as always. Last we left off, we had just finished, or survived, we'll say, a harrowing bandit encounter at Valtheim Towers with Elsie the Spiker. I think that it was one of the most interesting and enjoyable moments for Wraithen's characterization, and it seemed to grip a lot of you guys the same way that it did me, if the comments in the last video are any indication. Thank you to everyone who left comments about where you think Wraithen's character might go from here. It was really fun to read through and engage with you guys about all of that stuff, and I'm really excited to continue on Wraithen's journey. I think that makes this whole experience really unique and fun, at least for me. I get to kind of work with you guys to see where his character might go. There were a lot of comments talking about, oh, you know what I want to do before I go and sell things here? I ought to take a bath. I think I'm going to walk up to the pool near, what is it? Dragon's Reach. I don't know. It obviously got pretty heavy in the last episode. Wraithen was forced, at least a little bit, to consider the humanity of these bandits that he's been kind of indiscriminately killing. And as we saw at the very end of the last episode, he chose to take a job from the companions that would require him only to kill an animal that had, you know, taken up residence in someone's apartment or house. That's not good. This water must be very clean. So with that kind of in his mind, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways it can go, right? Some of you said that maybe this is a good opportunity for him to focus more on gaining strength through animals and monsters, maybe delving into some of the dungeons and the areas of Skyrim that have less human threats in order to prevent, you know, incidents like Elsie's from ever happening. Someone left a comment like that. To me, I think it's pretty complicated for Wraithen, because if his grand goal is taking on the Thalmor, getting revenge on the Thalmor for killing his family and, you know, the entire scenario there's really no getting around the idea of taking other human lives, right? And this incident is fucking with him pretty hard, I imagine, because, I don't know, with a contingent like the Thalmor, it's perhaps a little easier to dehumanize them and his opponents, but I don't know, I imagine him thinking longer and harder than ever before about how just it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to think that not every Thalmor or soldier under the Thalmor is as culpable as perhaps, you know, the intelligence services or the leadership or whatever. I don't think he's quite there. I think that he would still believe that anyone who's fighting under the Thalmor banner, you know, is someone who he should feel fine killing. But I don't know, there's like a little niggling doubt there, and I think that this is kind of shaking him a little bit, and it's going to take some time for him to process it and to continue parsing it, and in the meantime, he's going to continue honing his strength, at least for now, through non-human opponents if he can help it. But it is creepy because, you know, he's going to have to, if he wants to continue down the path that he's been on so far, there's no avoiding the fact that he's going to be taking other humanoid lives, and that's something I think that's weighing on him now. You know, someone mentioned that they thought Stenvar might try to help him through, or maybe, you know, maybe at this point too, part of him wants to steal his resolve and go further down that path of, you know what, like, just being strong requires the ability to take the lives of others, even if some part of his conscience doesn't agree with that. It's an easy justification, right? It at least it allows him to continue down the path that he's already been on. So maybe Stenvar has tried to offer his own, what do you call it? consolation for the guilt that Rathan's feeling. Maybe a reality check that says, you know, those bandits that we killed, they have been taking the lives of some innocent people. Even just the concept of innocence, I think, is something Rathan's really going to have to grapple with. And we're just going to have to see where his journey leads him.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Let's see here. Get rid of this Blackbriar mead. Not the best haul, not the worst either. Eider cheese. A lot of these food items I can frankly get rid of. I think that at this point, Rathan's more interested in just purchasing the foods that he needs. Let's see here. Cooking apple cabbage stew. Let's make a couple of these. Just because we can. Cabbage soup, I would actually like as well. Oh, and then of course the whole bottled water situation is just almost enough in and of itself to dissuade is what I was going to say, cooking. It's very annoying. I hope to fix that in the next version. Because I believe Complete Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul has a very cool system for determining... It's like a token system where you can essentially assign different items to be recognized as water for recipes, which I think is very cool. It's a much better solution than the current implementation. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a bunch of stuff here. Flour, forget it. Who cares? Goat cheese wheel. It's all yours. Hammerfell rum, hold on to that. My water skin, potatoes, apple, tomato, and the venison stew we're going to hold on to as well. Got a decent amount of gold now. Actually, quite a lot. Got some of these. Elves ear, frost miriam, garlic. Do we still have that quest? I turned that in, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. All right, 11 out of 19, so we're going to keep. Good thing I checked.
You just let... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Yada, yada, yada. I almost started buying those items. You guys know how it goes. Slaughterfish eggs, slaughterfish scales, all of these. I believe the troll fat can be turned into oil, so I might hold on to that. Tax note, you can have that. Here we go. Give me all that money. Iron ore, ruby, torch, wood, and I think that's about all I want to get rid of now.
Take a look.
Oh, whoops. All right, Stenvar, you are my friend. May I trade?
Sure. Feel free to
I'm going to take this pickaxe. Ha, Warhammer of Inebriation. Is that not better than what he has now? Or is it just because we don't have our weapons drawn? Must be.
lead on then.
All right. Let's go ahead and stop into the inn just real fast so we can see what sort of food items they have for us. And then we will be on our way. I'm trying to remember where our next job was. I want to say Hjalmarch? Animal extermination. Stonehills. Stonehills is... where? Here. Oh. Near Morthal. Interesting. Well, we can go and talk to Miss Lady, who maybe Rathan has the hots for. The daughter of Jarl Idgrad. Right? I would just like to see what you have for sale. Miss Holda. Of course, Ale-Brace Sabercat. This is one of the best bang for our buck, I'd say. And it's nice because there's a lot of Sabercats around here, so... There are... Beef stew. It's pretty pricey, but it's worth it. There's a lot of Sabercats around here, so I imagine it's not that hard for them to source the meat for the Sabercats. And I think that's good for now.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
Thanks, Holdo. Alright, back out we go. It will be interesting to see how Rathan kind of develops from this, because as we just discussed, there's a whole lot of directions it could go. I could see him doubling down, like I said. I could see him easing up. Deliver letter to... Ah, yes, of course. Riften, Rorikstead, Riften, Ectoplasm, Hunt Fugitive in the Rift, and Hunt Thief in the Reach. None of those particularly great for now. So I'd say, let's get on our way. I think... So I have a general... What do we call it? A general outline of where I plan to take Wraithen's story. I won't say too much, but a lot of the time, what I'm really going for is, and we've already seen this happen in this playthrough, I like to let the game tell the story in a way, you know? So much of the mods that we use in Ultimate Skyrim are geared towards creating really dynamic and unpredictable events that can influence your character's story. I think that's one of the most fun ways to build out a character's story. I think it can be a lot of fun to, you know, kind of have a pre-planned story, or maybe just certain hard points that you'd like the character to experience in one way or another. But I think that the most fun for me, the most fun approach is to just let the events in the game world craft the character's story. I don't know, I guess our carriage guard is off somewhere. I was thinking about taking the carriage to Morthal. Oh, is this him? Must be. Yeah, Bjorlum. Oh, it's kind of cool, actually. I like that he's just here. It's like you don't just want to sit there and get soaked. Bjorlum, I'd like to hire your carriage, my friend. I am actually going towards, what is it, Hjalmarch, right? Stonehills. Actually, let's go to Morthal, and then we'll just ride. Yes, sir. Oh, Wraithen. Wraithen, our boy. Wow, that crossbow looks so cool on his back. Shimon. There we go. And I will console away some of my gold. Now, with this much gold, I think at some point soon we're going to want to purchase a house, so we have some safe storage and we can start building up materials. And based on how we've played thus far, Whiterun might be a good spot for the house because we have the companions right there. Maybe Falkreath as well. I think it'll depend on how the meeting with Jarl Siggeir goes. We're going to have to remember to go down that way sometime soon. Look at that. So cool being able to see those Solitude windmills. Windmills. Anyone else say that? Windmills? I have no idea where that came from in my own personal pronunciation. Let's see, missive board. Are you going to work for me? There we go. Clear out Cold Rock Pass. Weapon to Frost River. Ebony Ore Taproot. Hunt Vampire and Hjalmarch. That's a little dangerous. Retrieve Heirloom from Brood Cavern. I don't think that Wraithen feels up to hunting vampires quite yet. I think as an in-character explanation there, as we discussed in the last episode, vampires are present in most provinces of Tamriel. That includes Hammerfell, where Wraithen grew up. And maybe at some point Tanith had a bit of a vampire problem, or was experiencing some vampire attacks, and it was enough of an incident when he was younger to put a healthy fear of vampires into young Wraithen. Let me see here. Where is my beautiful love? Here she is. My queen. Oh, you know what? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put some of these items that we have. Elven hunting gear and here, and the rest of this stuff we can hold on to. Oh, the iron ore. There we go. Oh, excuse me. I like to pretend, who is this? Warrior? Remember we found that pony off in the hills? Let's headcanon that that's Stenvar's horse now. What was I going to say? Something to the effect of... Oh. Some of you brought up that you thought enchanting might be a good support skill for Wraithen to take, and I think that I agree with that. I think it will fit kind of this bit of a necromantic path that Wraithen has kind of turned down for the time being. There's, of course, this element of him justifying it by... using his mother's words, right? That the dead don't need their items and stuff, and you know, you make use of the gear and the goods of a dead man because they don't need them anymore. But can the same argument be said for someone's soul? That's where things get tricky. Can I please have butcher meat? Nice. We're getting there. We might complete that quest after all. How about that? Hopefully whoever requested the rabbit legs didn't need them in any sort of hurry. Shall we just take in the atmosphere for a moment together? This gloom. There's been a certain gloom, hasn't there been? Since Rathan's experience at Valtheim Towers. Haha. The Ghost Sea, excuse me. That is not easy to say, is it? Like demons' souls. The Ghost Sea, of course. A very significant place for Rathan, since it was the place in which his sister died. Not exactly happy memories there. Stonehills. Alright, well. Whose house? Who bestank? Someone over here, it seems. Check, let's see. Kill the wolf. Hassel's home. Not a great name, that one. What a quaint little town. Looks like a mining camp. These look like miners' tents. Is there a mine nearby? I believe so. Yes, there is. Hello, sir.
Oh, did you need something?
Oh my god. Jeez, what was that all about? Holy jeez. Oh my god. Suddenly we're in the middle of a war. No wonder the frame rate chugs so hard. Jesus. Okay, well I guess based on that, we're gonna have to... Oh, Stenbar. Is this really the time? I suppose we'll headcanon here that we came up on a battle already taking place in this town. Because that, I really don't have any explanation for it. It's like suddenly, an entire contingent of Stormcloaks and Imperials phased into existence around us. What's up, guys? What's wrong? Well, okay, if we accept this as having happened, we can say that we rolled into Stonehills to find a severe battle for the town. And now, for one of the first times, we see the carnage that the war has brought to Skyrim on these innocent townsfolk. Oh, my friend. Of course, Rathan choosing not to get involved for the time being. Oh, God. Oh! And it looks like the Stormcloaks have held the territory. So much death and destruction in this place. It's as though you just can't get away from it all. Well, they don't seem interested in looting these corpses, so I suppose Rathan will help himself to what they got. They don't really have much, do they? Hello? Any other corpses? Ha ha ha. There we go. And we do have to watch out. Wow, they really just don't... I mean, it makes sense that they wouldn't really be carrying gold themselves, but, this is pretty bare bones. Well, not a whole lot to worry about on those corpses. Guess we'll just continue on with our business. What a strange encounter that was. Oh no, I'm good. Where's your audio, my friend? Is this Stonehills Sundries? I think that's supposed to be Sundries. Where's the house that we're looking for? Oh, that was it. Okay. Well, at least if we do this, then maybe we'll have access to a general store. That would be cool, right? Because I don't think that you're able to sell much. You got a wolf causing trouble. Let's see here, mage armor. Just in case, and that way we get some alteration experience as well. Alright, you ready, Stenvar? Let's clear it out. Just another day. Just another wolf. Oh, whoa! Ah, you son of a jerk. Well, how about that? We've done it all this way. I probably shouldn't have used a potion there. Not really interested in the wolf meat. They can deal with that themselves. Wraithen's got better things to do.
Thank you. I thought that beast would be the end of me.
Ah. Hassel.
Look.
What do you have to sell, my friend? Got some arrows. Not a whole lot there. Potion of cleansing, restored magicka. Wow, you guys are not super... Oh, Scourge of the Grey Quarter. Interesting. Got here. Yeah, they're not super flush with goods here in Stonehills. It looks like a rough place, and we know that the wars hit it hard. We just saw that firsthand. Let's see here. What is that book about? Scourge of the Grey Quarter. The tragedies befalling Morrowind. The reason I'm reading this, in case you guys aren't aware, is because I figure it may be pertinent to Wraithen's understanding of what's going on in the Grey Quarter, right? Because if you remember, one of the first things that he tried to do was get a sense of the philosophy, for lack of a better term, of the Stormcloaks, since they are one of the few factions left in the world that are openly opposed to the Thalmor.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Thank you, Fjorgir. Nice to make your acquaintance. I actually just want to... You know what? Here. Well, I would have a drink, but I don't want to get that visual effect on my screen. So, headcanon that we had a drink. Oh, here. We'll do it like this. Player.remove item gold. Sorry. F. Let's say 300 for the carriage ride and 25 for the drink. So it's rude, of course, right, to come into an establishment and use their space and such without paying for something. It's like when you go to a coffee shop to work, but you don't order anything. Just doesn't sit right with me, you know what I mean? Or with Wraithen, of course. All right. Get a good old sip of water beforehand. As you guys might know, I've pretty much abandoned the attempt to have you guys not hear it. It seems like a losing battle. Okay. The tragedies befalling Morrowind do bring forth pity from even the stoutest Nordic heart. The Dark Elves deserve our condolences, but thus far, they do not show themselves deserving of the simplest acts of charity. There are very different approaches to how to deal with the imminent problem of Morrowind, and I offer two options as seen in practice in Skyrim. One should serve as an exemplar, the other a cautionary tale. Consider Riften, which shares a border with the ruined province. A number of the Dark Elves have made their homes there, but they are expected to earn their livelihoods as is any other citizen of the great city. They ply trades as merchants, work in the temple, and serve in the keep. Honest labor to be admired from a race that was so recently in such dire straits as to even warrant this discussion. Today, the city still has its share of problems, but they are not traceable to any influx of outsiders in their presence. In short, the Dark Elves have properly assimilated themselves into the Skyrim way of life, to be expected from any newcomer to these lands. For an alternative approach, we only have to look at the once proud city of Windhelm to see what can happen when our arms are cast too wide open in welcome. To think that the city of Ysgramor, whose very name was made in driving out the elves from our sacred home, would open itself as a welcome destination for any refugee from the smoking sulfur is a disgrace to the very idea of being a Nord. And what has become of this? Predictably, the lazy, discontented rabble has descended into squalor in an area now delicately referred to as the Grey Quarter of the city. They were not expected to contribute, and so have not. That they attempt to make over a proud Nord city into a little pocket of Morrowind is insulting enough, but the amount of unrest they have provoked, even within the proper city walls, should give any other Jarl reason to fear. The Nords I talk to in the city speak of constant strife and crime coming from the Grey Quarter, with no respite in sight. The city guard barely patrol there, leaving the Dark Elves to mete out whatever passes for justice in their native customs. The respectable families of the city, the Cruel Seas and Shattershields, speak with an almost parental affection of the Argonians in their employ, but the Dark Elves have made no effort to ingratiate or assimilate themselves to the proper city dwellers. There is cause for optimism, though, as Jarl Ulfric is not nearly so tolerant of these substandard beings as his fathers were. Indeed, the soft hand of Hogue can be seen in the city's Argonian population as well. The fishmen, at least, have learned how to best contribute to their new home. They have proven themselves as models, toiling at the docks with utmost efficiency and bright smiles. It would do the Dark Elves well to pay heed to their scaly cousins. I would expect in due course that they will find themselves either contributing more directly or once again wandering the land in search of roof and warmth. And that's it. So that's some pretty thinly veiled straight-up racism and xenophobia. I think that Rathan recognizes it as such, and it definitely does not paint Windhelm in a great light, nor Ulfric, if the book's words are to be taken as truth. Of course, Rathan is educated enough to know that these are the words of one individual, even though that individual claims to have spoken and to speak for other individuals within Windhelm. So, you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt in that regard, but I don't know. I think that it's a pretty disconcerting text to Rathan, and even if he's trying internally to give people the benefit of the doubt, from what he's seen himself in Windhelm, it doesn't seem that far from the truth, which makes him perhaps a little hesitant to align himself with such a cause and such a people and place. All right, well, with all of that said and done, let's say... Ooh, what a nice pillow and thingy. Let's say that we be on our way. Another companion mission done, and probably pretty quick here. I can't remember exactly where our... Uh-oh, Stormcloak's still on patrol. It's alright. We're not involved. I was gonna say that pretty quick here we might be tasked with a more impactful mission by the companions. Hello, hello. Now, I don't know if Rathan wants to keep spending his money on carriages, because we're not tremendously far away. There is a nice path. Whoops. Rathan sees through the hills. That looks innocent enough, right? Maybe he'll take the road and see where it leads him. A little bit of exploration. Some sort of Nordic ruin, it seems. Of course, I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Traveling with the Imperials. Also, it's worth keeping in mind, in case we've forgotten, that in a sense, both of his parents were members of the Imperial Legion, and Rathan knows that they both held the Legion in pretty high regard. Of course, that is very difficult for Rathan to reconcile still, since the Legion, as of the signing of the White Gold Concordat, is now technically, well, we'll say, I don't know if I'd say aligned with Thalmor, but they're definitely friendly, quote unquote. Oof. What could this Nordic ruin hold? He wonders. Have a bit of a snack before we go. Wow. This is... oh, God. A troll. Uh-oh. Well, no time to take in the sights. This is easily the most extensive Nordic ruin. Oh god. Another troll and another up on the steps. This is not a safe place. But Rathan can't help but marvel at the architecture and the extensive nature of this ruin. It's clearly a city. Wow. So he looks at these trolls and can't help but think back to Elsie and the troll problems that they had. He's thinking about the wolves, which seem to encroach themselves on cities and towns that he's having to clear out for the companions. He thinks about the massacre at... what was it called? I can't remember the name. I'm going to say it real fast just in case we get a crash or anything. The massacre at what the heck town next to Windhelm. And as a commenter said in the last episode, it's clear that with the war and all of the strife going on in Skyrim, that the holds and the cities and the towns are not able to even keep their own borders safe. And he thinks about that Nordic ruin that he just passed through, clearly a breeding ground for trolls, and how they're really only a hair's breadth away from the town of Stonehills. He thinks about the massacre in that other village, and how something like that could absolutely happen here, and how we have Silent Moon's camp that Rathan cleared out himself so close to the city of Whiterun. It's clearly so dangerous, but if anything, maybe he's thinking, as he still parses the gray morality of taking other human lives, he can still get stronger by focusing on clearing the dangers from creatures like trolls and animals and so on and so forth. So maybe while Rathan kind of grapples with that morality internally, for now, he'll make that his goal. Perhaps to delve into some of these Nordic ruins and clear out some of the creatures and monsters that he's heard about who are making life so difficult for these native Nords. Beautiful. Still gloomy in a sense, but perhaps as Rathan comes to this decision as to how to spend his time, there's a little bit of light here, right? I think it weighs on his conscience still what happened with Elsie, and he's resigning himself to the idea that he doesn't have to do that in order to get stronger. At least that's what he's choosing to believe right now. And of course, in the back of his mind, there is this little shadow that says if he wants to achieve his grander goals, he can only put off that moral deliberation for so long, right? Big gulps. Raining all day today. Wraith? What is this? Oh, an urchin. Where?
Pardon me.
Oh, did she just pickpocket me? Excuse
I don't
me.
have anything to say.
Did you pick my pockets?
Nah, I don't think so.
Of course. I mean, what's he gonna do? This little urchin doing all she can just to stay warm by hanging out by this fire has nowhere to go. Of course, Rathan has nothing more to say to her. She's fine. She can keep the gold that she took. Excuse me. Let's see what Ayala has to say. A gloomy evening in Whiterun Hold. It's getting pretty late. Maybe we can get in a... Ooh. the atmosphere of Yorbasker. It's imposing and cozy at the same time.
It will feel that way for a while, but eventually you'll get used to it. And then you'll get faster with it. After that, the short sword will feel like a knitting needle when you pick it up again.
I've never held a knitting needle.
Of course. My mistake.
Oh, Ayala.
I've heard you may actually be stronger than you look.
Of course, the wolf is
I'm sure
dead.
that the owner of that place is relieved. They certainly came through with the coin.
All right, looking for work. Of course, I'll share.
The Jarl of Falkreath has asked for our help.
Ah,
It seems that predators have taken up residence and have been attacking farmers and travelers. Someone's got to head out there and take care of the beasts.
makes sense. Where exactly is this den of beasts? They've moved into Bone Chill Passage. It's a pass through the mountains southwest of Helgen, east of Falkreath. The pass lives up to its name, so it doesn't get much use. Still, best to clear it out before some unwary traveler gets themselves killed. I'll take care of it. Be cautious. Oh,
Beasts
sorry.
are not nearly as predictable as men. Give the thing a quick death.
Will do.
Swords should always
Thank you,
be
Ayala.
good swords.
Brave hearts beat lesser ones. That's the decider.
Ah. So I think what I'll do is stay here for the night. And this is actually nice because it gives us a reason to go down to Falkreath, another area that Rathan hasn't been yet. And we can talk to Jarl Sidgeir, who we know wanted to speak with us. Rhea, would you like
I was the newest companion.
a
until you
rematch?
came along. I guess that's okay. Just means I can show you the ropes.
All right. Make sure your gear is ready, then let's head out to the training yard.
Strong warriors, Kjor. Your heart is firing.
I'm going to make a save as well here, since, of course, this feature can be a little wonky at times.
Thank you, Harbinger.
But even the bravest of men
Go ahead and
consider their actions.
finish up your meal, Rhea.
Survive long enough to take the mantle.
Don't worry about me.
Here we go. Oh, is everyone going to come watch again? Hopefully Rathan can show that he's learned from the last encounter. And of course, let me go ahead and apply my mage armor. And my shield. No magic, no potions, no outside help. Just your weapon, armor, and skill against mine. Let's begin. Best ask your friend to stay inside. Oh, yes, of course. Okay. Be right back. Stenvar, sorry. Oh, it's so dark. There we go. Gotta get some... Oh, there's a candle, but not super bright. I do like that there's a condition check for your followers. It's brilliant. Please, Stenvar, go ahead and wait inside. I wonder if I can make him wait up here so he can watch, but he won't jump in. I'm actually not sure. Let's begin. Here we go. Oh, that's right, bouncer. Come on, then. Come on. Whoa. Oh, she's strong. Oh, that hurt. God, Rhea. Ow. I'm in trouble here. I think the same thing's gonna happen. All it takes is one more bash. Ow. Yep, there it is. God. The companions are not messing around. How did I do? 35 second, that's the shortest fight we've ever had, and the victory was mine. I bet you'll be wanting a rematch soon. Overall, you have won 0 matches against me and lost 2. Thanks for the workout, Rhea. Ah. One of these days. Man, just when Rathan thinks he's hot shit. Well, it was worth a try. I like that too, it gives us something to shoot for. Go ahead and pop a healing poultice. head inside and probably retire for the night. And then head out for Bone Chill Pass in the morning. Oops. Oh, Stenvar. Come along, my friend. Followers. There we go. I can turn off my lantern. Oh, my lantern. How many times have I made that joke thus far? A lot, I'm sure. Nice stretch in. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vasker for as long as I can remember.
Thank you, Tilma. Oof. I'm gonna be sore from that fight tomorrow. Sleep in a nice bed. 12 hours. What a day Rathan's had. I'm sure that he goes to sleep, but sleep does not come easily today. Not with everything that's happened. And still, the sun rises on another day.
You're a good friend. Here, take this. You'll like it.
Thank you, Stenvar. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated, my friend. Quite a few level ups as well. Alteration, always good to see. One of these days, we're going to have to train with our destruction magic. A cold morning, it seems. I can almost feel it. Alright. Have a nice meal. Food. Ale braised saber cat. Another beef stew. Bit of water. And we're ready to go. Sweet Akaviri poison. Dust from saints. Sheafs of human skin. Ugh. Yeah, this sounds like the alchemical shells of a necromancer. Let's see here. Bleak Falls Barrow. Miscellaneous Animal Extermination. Bone Chill Passage, which is here. South through Riverwood. Well, maybe we ate our food a little early there, but it won't take us very long. Of course, Rathan has not been this far south yet, so I think he'll be interested to see what sort of place Falkreath is, and what sort of man the Jarl is, who has summoned him. Of course, it is still a little worrying for Rathan that the Jarl would ask for him by name. The idea that Rathan has even generated that level of notoriety for himself is a little concerning, but of course that may not be the case too. Let's just say that Rathan's very guarded going into this meeting. Who knows how the Jarl found out about Rathan. And of course there are other warriors far more powerful than he, as we just saw. Even a whelp like Rhea is very able to wipe the floor with us. We'll see. There's always the possibility that the Jarl heard about Rathan from the Thalmor, even? Who knows? Falkreath is famously aligned with the Empire as well, so there's that connection. This crisp morning air, Rathan looks up at the throat of the world. The light reflects off of the river. It is a beautiful place, Skyrim. It's just so striking. Hello. Is that?
Stopped. What is it?
Oh no, not you, Stenvar.
If you need anything, what can I do?
No, 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 no.
Can I help?
Oh my gosh. Let's try this now.
Latest recruit, right? Wait, is
that right?
That is right, Torvar. Torvar?
If there's anything else you need.
Will do, Stenvar. What are you doing out here, man? I didn't expect to see you out here. Maybe a morning walk, a quiet time for reflection. Torvar seems kind of like a doofus, a bit like a brute, but perhaps there's more to him than you might imagine at first glance. Guards out on patrol, and the Haunting Brew Meadery. Might be worth paying them a visit at some point to see what sort of operation they've got going. Back to Riverwood. Remember, Wraithen visited Riverwood just once to clear out a wolf. Excuse me, deer, elk? Not sure which you are. Ooh. A giant on the road. Hello, sir. I mean you no harm. Wow. It's the first time Wraithen has ever been so close to a giant without the giant getting real mad at him. Of course, this is the first time he's ever encountered a giant simply on the road versus, you know, Wraithen wandering into the giant's territory in the giant's camp. Uh-oh. Now that we gotta take out. Oh, God. Did you just hit my fucking horse? Got yeeted. A saber cat cannot be permitted to hunt this close to town. This is... oh, God. Is he stuck in the water? It appears that way. Well... oh, I knocked him out, it seems. Well, let's ensure that he's dead. There it is. Oh, back in the water he goes. Is he gonna come up on the shore, or is he gonna make it over the falls? Looks like he's gonna get shored. Yep, there it is. Well, anyone can grab the meat if they want. God, just more proof that Skyrim is such a dangerous place to live. Imagine if one of the townsfolk just went out walking this way. That saber cat was just stalking along the riverbed. Oh. Resident goose out for a walk. And that goose with all its chicks. That saber cat would make short work of them. Let's see. Back to Bouncer. Riverwood's so beautiful in the morning. Just passing through. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The guard tower. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, one thing I can mention to you guys, since we have a little bit of time right now. Wolves, seems. A whole pack, once again, this close to town. Dangerous. I was gonna say that the special edition version is really starting to take shape, and it's pretty exciting, if you ask me. Oh, I missed. Wrong button. Oh my God. Now this one should run away. Whoa, disorienting. Get on out of here. Hopefully the guards can deal with it. Is that a rabbit or a fox? I get him? I got him. No need to be afraid, my elk friend. Some sort of path leading up into the hills. That's not what we're about right now. How beautiful. The famous Lake of Falkreath Hold. The Guardian Stone, so that's right. Just like the Ritual Stone that Wraithen encountered up on the hill overlooking Whiterun. So many mysteries to this place. Feels like every day there's something new to think about, something new to discover, which is not always a good thing thus far. Falkreath over yonder. They said it's near Helgen. Let's see here. Appears that the fastest way through will be actually, yes, to take the Helgen road. And Wraithen can feel the air beginning to chill around him as he gets up higher into the mountains. What is that sound that he hears? A pup? Oh, puppy. And who is this? Whoa. How's Queen Alfsiger doing? She took a couple hits in that last encounter. 540 out of 600. Alright. Well, we'll try and keep her out of danger. Hello?
Yes?
Do you mind if I mine this ore vein with you? I'm actually looking for ore. Wow. Whole lot of stuff they've been gathering. Raw rabbit leg? I'd be willing to buy those off you. May I? Hey! Rorikstead. Not bad. Finally. Troll fat, tundra cotton. Oh, troll fat's actually worth a lot more to be sold. I think I will sell that off. 24. Weak. Well, whatever. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. May I go ahead and mine this with you? Oops. What happened to it? Where's my iron pickaxe? There we go. Hello. Hey, buddy. Oh, sorry. I mean, I guess you did find this ore first. Alright, fine. I'll leave it to you. Let's see here. You can have my pickaxe and my... Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, did he go off hunting? Oh, he did. Alright, well, shit. I'm gonna mine the ore then. My turn. Well, that's dishonorable. He knows that he's gonna come. Wraithen knows the guy's gonna come right back. Whatever. He found it first. We'll leave it to him. No need causing trouble when we shouldn't be. Iron ore. Queen Alfsiger has 4 now. That'll do just fine. And we good. Oh my god, is it already 53 minutes? I know I say that every time. Time sneaks up on you. God, doesn't it? Just in a general sense, it does. Scroll of Knock. No, thank you. Alright. It's definitely getting colder. Helgen. Looks like the lights are on. Now, there's rumors, of course, that this town was destroyed by the dragons, which is still scary. Wraithen's not seen one yet. Makes you wonder if there's any truth to it at all. I'm here to help. Oh, whoops. Here we go.
What was that?
What was that? Oh, God. Well, looks like we're gonna have to defend ourselves. Anyway. Oh, I missed. Ugh. Of course, more death. Alright, he's fleeing. Stenvar, leave him alone. No one else needs to die here. Come on. Nope. I'm just gonna have to keep bringing him back. This is the closest I can get. Oh my god. Queen Alsiger. Stand by, come on.
You can't win this. Is someone there?
Leave him. Someone mentioned in the last episode that maybe Wraithen, at the very least, is more likely to show mercy, which I do think should be true. Of course, the trick is Stenvar. Wraithen just says, no, leave it alone. It's like, we killed his friend, there's no need for anyone else to die here. Did we... Hold on just a moment. Let's see. Oh, there's a road around the other side, it seems. Looks like Stenvar... Okay, well, there's no stopping Stenvar, it seems. I mean, who is Wraithen to try and corral the whims of a Nordic warrior? So I think Stenvar does not seem to subscribe to this whole mercy theory that Wraithen is struggling with at the moment. Oh god. Well, we can go a different way, it seems. Oh god. Lots of bandits. Oh, this is not gonna work. This was a bad way to go. It's like, don't you fools understand that I'm trying not to kill you? There we go. As they ride through, and this time Wraithen really says, Stenvar, leave it alone. We're not killing these fools. Just passing through. Lucky for them, of course. Alright. Now down into the forests of Falkreath. Strange, it's almost immediately quieter. Still early in the morning, looks like it's going to be another gloomy day. And now we got to break off the trail. It's supposed to be up in this direction, it seems. Someone's staying here. It's like maybe a hunter's camp, and the hunter's out at the moment. Huh. What do we have here? This... Oh, God. This looks like the right place. Some investigation, perhaps, in order. Oh! Charred remains. Burnt corpse. I mean, there are a couple potential explanations for this. Could be a fire spell gone wrong, but given the proximity to Helgen, Wraithen starts to wonder if there isn't some truth to those rumors that he's heard. There's a note. Note to the authorities. I've heard talk about the dragons, but didn't believe it until now. One flew by last week, and ever since, we have seen him fly back and forth from a nearby mountain peak. My wife thinks we should move away, go somewhere else. I told her that would be nonsense. As long as we don't bother it, it won't bother us. Still, I thought it would be best if we report it to the local authorities. The creature's lair is just south of the hill, behind our shack, near Bear's Cave Mill. Oh, man. Is that so? Oh, Wraithen will hold on to that. Mark the location on my map. Curiosity is hard to dissuade in this case. He wants to go up and see for himself if such a thing can be true. Of course, he's got to be careful as well. Ingot. Oh! That's... Oh, common soul gems. We can start filling these up, too, with Dark Sword. Nice. A bed, and I saw a book down here. Purloined Shadows. Woven Jarth. Well, worry about that later. Alright, it's about that time, everyone. In the next episode, we're going to maybe go and creep up on that dragon's lair, see what we can see, just to see if such a thing really is stalking these lands. And then, of course, we also have our quest for the companions to do. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. as much as I did. I thank you, as always, for your time and for watching it, and I will see you in next week's episode.